olólùfẹ́ rẹ̀ ń retí rẹ̀ èyí. Ẹ̀sán traditional wedding. Ẹ̀bùn lóríṣiríṣi many gives away. Ẹ̀sán traditional wedding. Kí lorúkọ ètò náà? Ẹ̀sán traditional wedding. Ètò ìgbéyàwó tó bọ̀ ní lọ́gbọ́n. Ẹ̀sán traditional wedding. Jessica, ètò lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ traditional wedding ló ń lọ lọ́wọ́. Kí lorúkọ ètò náà? Ẹ̀sán traditional wedding. Ètò ìgbéyàwó tó bọ̀ ní lọ́gbọ́n. Ẹ̀sán traditional wedding. Every Tuesday on Instagram, every Tuesday on Facebook, 6 p.m. UK time, every Tuesday on Facebook. Ètò ìgbéyàwó tó fún mi lóye. Ẹ̀sán traditional wedding. Ètò ìgbéyàwó tó fún mi lóye.
Ẹ̀sán traditional weddings. Ẹ káàbọ̀ sórí ètò yìí, ẹ̀yin tèmi nílé lóko lẹ́yìn odi. Mo kára lé, mo kérò ọ̀nà, mo kọ́kùnrin, mo kóbìnrin, mo kọ́mọdé. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni mo kí àgbàlagbà wípé ẹ káàbọ̀ sórí ètò yìí. Lórí ètò láwa, ètò wa, ètò yín, ètò kan náà tí gbogbo wa mọ̀ sí ètò ìgbéyàwó. Lẹ́sàn-án ni ọba títí ayérayé kọrin kése. Ẹlẹ́bùrú ìkẹ́, ọba tó gbàgbá sùn lọ́yẹ́, ọba tó kọ̀ tó pani tó jẹ́ pé ṣe ló ń pani mọ́. Arúgbó ọjọ́ Ọlọ́run ìgbà wọn ni. Father, we give you glory, we give you honor, we give you adoration for yet another beautiful opportunity to come and the life of as many people that join me and those that are going to join me later on this show. Thank you for sparing our lives. Lord, be thou glorified. Thank you, Lord. Mo ṣe máa sọ fún wa lọ́sọ̀ọ̀sẹ̀, Olúwabùnmi lèmi ń jẹ́ aya Òṣìbẹ̀rù. Tí gbogbo ayé mọ̀ sí Bùnmi Meet the Royals, alága ìdúró, alága ìjókòó, MC, olóòtú ètò ìgbéyàwó with godly swagger. Mo tún fẹ́ fásitì ìgbéyàwó dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ gbogbo àwọn iléeṣẹ́ tí wọ́n ṣagbátẹrù ètò yìí, pàápàá jùlọ iléeṣẹ́ Chorus Joys and Laces, iléeṣẹ́ tó gbangba sùn lọ́wọ́ yẹ, iléeṣẹ́ tó jẹ́ pé tó bá fẹ́ ra aṣọ ìyàwó, tìyá ìyàwó lẹ́fẹ́ tí bàbá ìyàwó lẹ́fẹ́ ni. Iléeṣẹ́ Chorus Joys and Laces ní kẹ́kàn sí. Kódà wọ́n tún ní ẹ̀ka iléeṣẹ́ wọn kan tí wọ́n ń pè ní Ready to Wear by Chorus Joys and Laces. Iléeṣẹ́ Chorus Joys and Laces ẹ ṣeun, iléeṣẹ́ yóò ní jóná. Mo tún dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ iléeṣẹ́ Lazel Fabrics all the way from Dallas, Texas. We thank you so much for your support. Thank you, the amazing Celebration International Magazine, for your support. We appreciate the amazing First Rate Global from Nigeria in Shagamu. Thank you for your support. And of course, wearing Royal Vogue logo de Oyimomo ga kiyeto Oyimomo. This is coming from Royal Vogue. Thank you, Royal Vogue, for your custom. We really do appreciate it. You can contact them on Instagram. They are Royal Vogue. They sell special plus size ready to wears that you can wear for any occasion, and you will be staring at it like, who is this person? Thank you so much for your vote. Okay, please, as I always say on this show, thank you for those that have joined us already. Thank you so much, Mitoya Shamu. Thank you. Say that name, please. Pardon me if I miss your name. Thank you, Mide. Becky Waremo. Thank you so much for joining us. Prinkle Entertainment. Thank you so much for joining us. Please do me a favor. Help me to remind people that the show has started. Yes, today's topic is very crucial, very important. We need to actually have a lot of people on board before we go deep into the conversation. Because one thing that I've noticed is people come late and then they come towards the end of the conversation and they want us to continue. We're just 1 hour on this show and we have to be disciplined. We share, and share the show. Please share the show. Tell people that. Thank you. We're going to go straight to our music of today. So that we can bring up the topic. Please share the show. Remind people that the show has started. Please remind people that the show has started. Thank you so much. Okay, what's going on? Our music is taking time. It's taking time. Please pardon me. Bear with me. Purple black. Thank you. Thank you so much for joining us. God bless you. I really do appreciate. God bless you. Okay, let me see. 1 second. Just trying to get it right once and for all. Okay. Oh, it's not for where I was. Yeah. Hey, shit. Oh shit.
Hold up, you any good more sango.
Ẹ̀yin èèyàn mi, ẹ̀sùn mọ́ bí ẹ wá gbọ́. Ìyàwó bàbá tíá. Ó ṣe ibi tó ń lọ ṣàjò. Ẹ̀yin èèyàn mi, ẹ̀sùn mọ́ bí ẹ wá gbọ́. I hope you are hearing this song. Let's go. Tó ń lọ ṣàjò, ó lè sọ bí àgbò ṣe máa rí. Ayé lọ́jọ́ ọba Olúwa, mo fọ̀rọ̀ mi lé ẹ lọ́wọ́. Thank you, Yahoo Baba. Only beautiful eloto. To gas. Oya lọ́jà o, ọba Olúwa, mo fọ̀rọ̀ mi lé ẹ lọ́wọ́. Please share the show. Má jẹ́ kí tèmi ṣòro Olúwa. Létí o, jẹ́ kí tèmi ṣòro lọ́dọ̀ rẹ Olúwa. Ṣé ohun tó ń mi gbàgbọ́ Olúwa fi fún mi. Let's go there. Lóní jẹ̀lẹ́kẹ́, bàbá Olúwa fi fún mi. Okay now. Bring me lékè ìṣòro àwọn ọ̀tá ayé. Ó ṣe àwọn ọ̀tá ayé. Okay now. Bring me lékè ìṣòro àwọn ọ̀tá ayé. My baby girl is here, everybody. Akobi Tushtia. Ṣé ń gbọ́ báyìí? Lóní jẹ̀lẹ́kẹ́ ni lálẹ́ yìí o, kó gbá gìràgìrà. Gẹ́gẹ́. Thank you, Yahoo Baba. She said you should share people. Let's put on hold, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining me this evening. As our custom, please started. Some people actually I think a phone call came in or something like that, and I got distracted and I didn't remember to join. Please tell people that the show had started. From our father, I don't go about Laura and Baba, Chief Commander Ebenezer Obey, it's just like you don't lose ajo. My flyer has been calling me and saying, sis, I've not seen your topic, and I'm like, she was like, I will know. I didn't get the topic across to that person until 2 days ago. And the topic actually came as an inspiration. It comes, most of these topics, they come as inspiration, they come as something that you just feel like, you know what, this is what you should talk about. In fact, sometimes I put up a topic and I cancel it, I put another topic up, depending on how I am led to do the topic. So today, this topic is actually inspired by the ongoing wedding of the beautiful actress Sharon Olja. You know, she's someone I love so much. I just love that girl so much. I just see there's been this all sort of things since she got married. And that's what actually inspired today's topic. Because remember that some time ago, maybe about 2 years ago, I brought a topic up about what about when the marriage does not work? What about what about when the marriage doesn't work? I even brought a guest on this show that day that is a divorcee. You know, I know that we all like this thing, like God forbid, you know, and you too, by the grace of God, God forbid. Nobody planned, and that's why I played that song. Orin yẹn tó sọ wípé ọ̀rọ̀ àwàdà nílé ayé bí ẹni tó ń lọ sájò ni. We have no idea nǹkan tá a máa bá ń bẹ̀. We have no idea how life is going to take us. And that's what inspires today's topic. And I will bring it up quickly. Today's topic actually says navigating love and legacy, the impacts of marrying a previously married person um, on men versus women. Impact of marrying a previously married person on men when marriage does not work. Let's first of all wake up in the early days of their life and say, you know what, I want to get married just because I want to divorce. I don't think anybody, especially where we come from, they saw me about but where we come from, I don't come here to tell us how to run our life, how to run our home, how to run our marriage. Even with the traditional way I've been doing for 30 something years, I still learn every day. Things what costs what could happen that will cause marriage not to work? Tájọ fẹ́ra wa níṣẹ́ lọ́kàn, I love you. Tájọ ṣègbéyàwó, tájọ ṣègbéyàwó. What could be the reason why marriage does not work? Please, let's bring it on. Let's have this conversation. Let's have this discussion. What could cause marriage not to work? Kí ni nǹkan tó máa ń fà tí ìgbéyàwó kì í fi work? Tó fi jẹ́ wípé ó máa di pé ìwọ ṣe tiẹ̀ lọ́tọ̀, tó máa di kóńkó jábélé. Thank you so much, Ma'am Yawo Baba. This is why I love to have you on this show all the time. She says allowing intruder could lead to separation. Thank you. And when we say intruders, it could be anything, you know, if I'm right. Intruders could be family members, it could be extended family members, it could be immediate family members, it could be friends, it could even be material things, you know, the third party, so to speak. We also did a topic on this. Hey, Mommy Luyemi is here. God bless you, man. Thank you for joining us. Thank you. It could be the influence of other people. It could be something as simple as you comparing your marriage to that of other people. Now, please, I think it's only about that I've said something. For those that are just joining us, we're talking about things that happen that could cause a separation or that could make a marriage to fail. You know, thank you so much. Infertility, wow. You know, this is one thing that is on, and there are some causes of failed marriage that are kind of, I don't want to use the word the person's fault, but there are some that are not their fault. For example, infertility is one of them. Like the Yoruba people will say, "Ọlọ́run ló ń ṣọmọ." You know, a lot of reasons. You know, a lot of reasons. A lot of reasons why people divorce. You know, if you know what I'm saying, a lot of reasons why people divorce, why people separate, what causes trouble between marriages. Some of them is, like somebody have said, some of them is just allowing third party, allowing people to interfere. You know, so, and also the fact that it could be infertility, we are see oromo, you know, trying so hard, cause marriage to fail. Let's talk about a few other things. What happened? Somebody said money issue, financial issue. It could be financial issue as well. A lot of times people say that one bill, you know, I can't deal with this. You know, thank you so much, and she said money issue is definitely one of the things that could cause marriage to fail. Then also deception or unfaithfulness. That one is very, very common. Unfaithfulness, deception, infidelity, let's put it that way. So many reasons. Now, out of all these reasons that we are talking about, some are controllable by the people that are involved. For example, if there's no money, you can bear with one another. You can, at least bear with one another. If you're trusting God for the fruit of the womb, it's not your fault. Maybe you've tried and tried, and people are saying these days, go and try somewhere else. But well, there's nothing we can do about that. Then now when it comes to deception and unfaithfulness, that is one thing that you cannot shy away from. It's your fault. You cannot say amuwa alone ni. You cannot say amuwa alone when it comes to deception and unfaithfulness. That one is not amuwa alone. The issue of money could be amuwa alone. Infertility could be amuwa alone. So in other words, some of these issues are something that has to do with us and something that have nothing, absolutely nothing to do with the couple. Thank you so much, everybody. Now let's move on. Let's talk about other things now. When it comes to, yes, you should have self-control. Yes, thank you, Mide. Now, when it comes to failed marriages, what is our society? How does our society react to failed marriage? How does our society react to what do you call failed marriage? When I'm saying society, I mean our black community. How do we react to failed marriage? How, I don't know. There's a lot of things that happen when people's marriage does not work. A lot of people actually, because of that, you will see them struggling in a particular marriage, and they will say, you know what, let me just stay here because of, I don't want people to start saying some things to me. What will people say? Yes. People say in marriages for the reasons of what will people say a lot, because of the way that our society reacts to stigmatization. That's what I'm looking for. When people get stigmatized, they will not be calling somebody the person member of your household. You will not be hearing Delectable pebbles, thank you. I know your headgear today makes you look like a rich Indian princess. I'll be queen self. Thank you so much. Yeah. So people, we're talking about when marriage fail. So because of that, stigmatization make people to want to stick to that marriage, whether it is convenient or not. Stigmatization make people want to stick to that marriage. Now, the topic actually is talking about how this affects men versus women. Number one, let's first of all establish when people have failed marriage, who is more stigmatized, who is likely to face backlash more, who is likely to to get kí ló máa ń pè tó máa sọ̀rọ̀ sí jù, talẹ́ni tí àwùjọ wa máa ń sábà Yahoo Baba said women, it is the women commonly. Women are commonly blamed. They even have a name for women. Ejo, who can remind me of that name? There's a name in Yoruba that they call women that have failed marriage. There's a name they give to them. It affects women more than men. Yes, it does definitely affect women more than men. In fact, they have a name that they call them. I don't know if anybody will remember that name. I don't want to be the one saying they call them Ile Moshu. Ile Moshu, one Dale Moshu. They will not say that to a man. If the man is married 2, 3, 4, 5 wives, they will never tell the man. They said it. They will say Odale Moshu. I've never heard where they tell a man Ipe Odale Moshuri. So what name do they give to a man that have failed marriage? I don't think there's any name like that. So obviously it does affect women more than men. Now, because of that, you see a lot of men using that opportunity to say, ìwọ náà máa pè ní dálé moṣú kò sí tó kàn mí, that kind of thing, because the stigma is more on women than men, even though it's meant to be affecting both. Obviously, we know that most of the laws, most of the women, irresponsible men are Akmon. Yeah, but even the name Akmon is actually meant for unmarried young man that has never married before. So you can't really say. There's really no name for a man that has failed marriage. Now, we're talking about how failed marriage affects men versus how it affects women. And then someone said that's toxic and narcissist behavior. Obviously. Now, we have this recent occurrence that happened when somebody actually have failed marriage. In this situation, versus when a woman have failed marriage and they want to remarry. Which one is easier? Is it for the men or for the women? Who finds it easier to quickly move on and get to another? Wise women build their home, even in terrible situations. Some marriage who has the tendency of being able to move on quickly. Èwo ló ní àǹfààní àbórí ọ̀fẹ́ láti tètè tẹ̀síwájú láti tètè rẹ́ lómi ìfẹ́ jù nínú ọkùnrin àti obìnrin. Òun la fi ń sọ yìí. It is much easier for men than women. A lot of women will be like, ilé ọkùnrin ò kí ń ṣú, ilé obìnrin ló máa ń ṣú. And as a result of that, many women remain in a very, very what's it called now? In a very, intimidating or not so nice marriage. They just stick there. They just stay there. And just also about now, if somebody, especially a woman that has experienced multiple failed marriages, what is the probability of that woman being able to, when a man has multiple failed marriages, what is the likelihood of them getting to move on versus when a woman have multiple thank you and everyone, thank you so much for joining us, safe. If you're just joining us quickly, I'll just recap on what we're talking about tonight. We're talking about just married or that had a failed marriage before, the impact of this on men versus women. Now we've been able to talk about what causes failed marriages. A lot of you have no control that you have no control about. So it could be anything at all. And then we've also been able to establish the fact that when it comes to stigmatization, women are more stigmatized than men. More stigmatized. And then people have said it is the women. In fact, there is a name. They have a name that is permanent on women. And we have been asking ourselves, is there a name for men? There is nothing. In fact, when a woman have failed marriage, they already give them a name, let alone when you now have multiple failed marriages. In fact, I just want to find out ṣé máa ń kà sí ọkùnrin lọ́rùn, because mi ti gbọ́dọ̀ sọ fọ́kùnrin pé ṣé mo pé ó ti fi méjì lẹ̀ má tún fẹ́ kẹta o, wọ́n máa kà sí ẹ lọ́rùn o, wọ́n máa kà sí ẹ lọ́rùn o, So anyways, the Lord will help us. So somebody said, Mommy Joanna Luko, thank you so much for joining us, ma'am. She said that it will take the grace of God if one failed marriage or failed marriages. Lee updated says Eshima Koko. I'm not sure I got that. Please help me to I think she's trying to refer to Mommy Luyemi. Now, when someone experiences failed marriage, does it necessarily mean that the person is automatically a red flag? Now let's discuss that. Does it necessarily mean that that person is a red flag or they are doing something wrong? Because, for example, I want us to answer that. The fact that somebody has had a couple of failed marriages, or maybe like one or two or multiple failed marriages, does that make that person a red flag? Does that make that person a bad person? I just want to know. Somebody said no. Mommy Oluyemi, please, ma, can you help us to buttress your points? Why do you say no? Somebody said it could be both. Somebody said not in most cases. Okay. Now, please remember that on this show, you can call us. Don't forget, you can call us on +44 7828. And don't say ajo, sorry, you're going on a journey, you have no idea what you're going to meet there, So is it necessarily a red flag? Please, I would love to hear our voices. Leave us a voice note. If you're not busy, if you're busy and you can't type, leave us a voice note. We'll play it here and people can learn. I want to ṣègbéyàwó lẹ́ẹ̀mejì, tó ti ṣègbéyàwó lẹ́ẹ̀mẹ́ta. Àwọn tó yẹ kó wọ́n ti fọ́kọ kìíní, fọ́kọ kejì, fọ́kọ kẹta. Show me pé èèyàn burúkú lẹ́ni yẹn. Show me pé ní kò tẹ́ni yẹn ń ṣe tó kù díẹ̀ káàtó. Do you know someone that have an experience that has been through multiple marriages, whether a man as a woman? Do you know what caused it? Because sometimes the stigmatization is huge. In fact, the embarrassment is a lot. In fact, Mama sọ pé kí ni ará ilé ẹ̀ ọkọ kẹta ló wà lọ́dọ̀ ẹ̀, ọkọ kẹrin ló wà lọ́dọ̀ ẹ̀, obìnrin kẹrin ló wà lọ́wájú, ló wà nínú ilé ẹ̀. Ó láti jẹ́ pé òun ni ò gbádùn. Ó láti jẹ́ pé òun ló ní nǹkan tó ń ṣe. Ó ní mo ṣe ń béèrè lọ́wọ́ wa wípé, does it necessarily mean that this person is bad? Now, let me read comments. I've seen a few comments here. Somebody said not in most cases. That's coming from Tim Sikiru. Mommy Joanna Lukon says not necessarily. A red flag, a red flag, but the scar is on them for life. Not necessarily a red flag, but the scar is on them for life. Lord have mercy. I mean, that's the word. I mean, why scar? Scar. I mean, the word scar, is what people, it's there, it's like a stigma. Eluyemi says that sometimes one can be unlucky. I love the word unlucky because just like orin agbọ́tán sìn, ó ní pé ọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀dá nílé ayé ó dàbí ẹni tó ń lọ sájò ni o tí kò mọ nǹkan tó máa bá lọ́hùn, kò dẹ̀ sí ni bá bá ṣe wáyé páàrí nígbà míì kọ́ òun la máa ń rí. Some people are unlucky in choosing the right spouse. Ọlọ́run jọ̀ọ́ má jẹ́ káwọn wá ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ gbé, má jẹ́ káwọn náà ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ gbé. Lee Updated said, not really. Some people might run from for their dear life. If you listen to what people are saying, you are on your own. You wore the shoes and you know where it hurts. Sometimes I've seen three major things here. One is somebody saying some people are just unlucky. Unlucky. Some people are just unlucky. There's some very good people, very good, very kind, very loving, very lovely people that unfortunately find themselves in the predicament of getting married to the wrong person. And unfortunately, some people, once they miss it once, they continue to miss it. So I would definitely go with that person that says some are unfortunately unlucky. And then when Leo Peter says, sometimes you have to run for your dear life. You don't have to listen to what people are saying. People's opinion does not really count when it comes to issue of marriage. You are the one that is wearing the shoes. You know exactly where it hurts. You know whether you can continue to wear it. You know whether you need to run for your dear life. Thank you so much, ma'am. Then Mommy Olukon says, people will always flag out people's past mistakes. I love the word flag out. This is what I'm saying. They will flag it out too. They will go and do your research. Look at the young lady that just married. They've gone to dig her husband. They're going to dig him. In fact, Naija, Aleo, some are saying it's in kiniko marriage. Some are even blaming the woman. Why would you marry the person that has been in 3 marriages before? And then the time that you use in dating them is too short. Lord, please have mercy. Call on you to marry. Come on, the cashier said, Temitope Security 16 says some women might have a failed marriage because of abuse. That does not mean that they can't keep a marriage. That's another thing. What about the person has been in an abusive? Things that are causing failed marriages, it could be abuse. And abuse does not necessarily mean that when somebody is being beaten, it doesn't mean that this person won't come and know what man should do. Ìgbà míì gan, ẹni yẹn gan wọ́n tẹ̀lé má jalè ìkọ́nọ́rí kí abuse yẹn kó ju ẹni tó tiẹ̀ náà gan lọ. Truth be told, please, you can call us on +44 782 938. You can leave us a voice note. If you have an experience, please share with us, because on this show, we are not here just to talk. We are here for people to learn. We are here, peradventure, there are some people out there that are going through this issue that we're discussing today, and they are struggling. We want them to be able to watch this show and be set at liberty. So if you have an experience, or you have someone that you know that has an experience, please leave us a voice note on +44 7828 500 938. So we'll play it to everybody, and everybody can hear it and they can learn from it. Okay, let me read the next comment. The comment says, Lee Updater says, there is no manual for any marriage. Thank you, ma'am. You might be unlucky on 2 or 3 different times. Lord have mercy. There's no manual. There is no manual. And as I said to us, most people that get married, they go into marriage with positive intentions. This is where I want to be for life. This is where I want to. But the other person is obviously not making it work. So obviously, yeah, it's true. Some people, I've seen that happen a lot of times. Like when the person is so nasty and so mean, yet they are tolerating them. And I've seen people that are really, 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 I'm not saying in all occasions, though. And I've seen people that are really, 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 really mean and disrespectful. They will, misbehave. Misbehave. So sometimes it's not even about how you behave or how you don't believe. Hey, Mama Good. Thank you so much, Ma, for joining us. Pebbles and Coco, thank you. Mommy Joanna Lucon says, like so many things in life, I believe in people might be lucky or unlucky. Yeah, I know. Somebody said verbal could actually break a person. Somebody that they always abuse verbally. You know, you've not beaten them up, but what you're doing to them is worse than you beating them up. So in other words, if I may say, you know, tonight we've been able to establish the fact that somebody's having multiple failed marriages does not make the person a bad person. I have seen people that are so precious, people that are so good, people that, and I'm like, how? We were thinking that this person is going. I have a lot of examples of people that are really, really good, decent, and they find themselves in this situation, in this predicament. Now, we've been able to also establish the fact that men are more likely to go scot-free, so to speak, than women. Yay! A handmade for you. Thank you so much for joining us, man. I'm Ruti Tay. Thank you for joining us. Thank you so much. So, I've seen where people are actually very mean, very, very mean, very rude, and they still find themselves very, very good spouse, and they are enjoying marriage. And I've seen people that are really, really good, humble, you know, very polite, you know, beautiful and everything, and they found themselves they have not been so lucky. So please, I am not saying that in all cases, but sometimes there are cases of people that are good that find themselves in some predicaments when it comes to marriage. So this stigmatization of saying, my people, Nigerians, they will turn the person to your member of your family. How did this person suddenly become aralimi? Arale, ọkọ kẹta ló fẹ́ yẹn. To have good person, so I can understand that. Okay. Also, the thing I wanted to find out is the one that I said that about men versus women. If men have multiple failed marriages and they now looking for a partner, you know, how easy is it for them to find a partner or another person to marry versus women? You know, a woman that have had like multiple, maybe like one or two or, you know, three failed marriages. How easy is it for that woman to find a man to marry again compared to men? How easy? How easy? Hey, Adam Zaremo, thank you so much for joining us. God bless. Hey, Auntie Eniola Alagaduro, God bless you, man. We really appreciate you. So let's talk about how easy is it for men versus women. How easy is it for them to actually get a new life partner if they have experienced failed marriages in the past? How is it for men and versus women? Show obìnrin ló like láti tètè rẹ lómi ní àbí ọkùnrin, you know. Let's talk about it, and after that we're going to talk about how we can support these people. We can talk about how we can support people that have find themselves in this predicament, especially when we know their story, that fault of their own. People find themselves in that situation not because of a fault of their own. How can we support them? How can we help them? How can we not stigmatize them? How can we make them feel appreciated and accepted in the society? Because stigmatization, they just give them names, you know, they call them all sort of names. Mommy Eniola Alaga says, to Google, bless you to Maju Yinsora. And then Mommy Januluka says, it's easy for men. Their own load is lighter. Women have to think about the child. But there are some men that have children as well. You know, there are some men that have children from all the marriages, and then sometimes it could be a challenge. But obviously, it's a lot. It's most likely that men will even get single. It's most likely that men will actually get single. Like the instance of this young lady that just got married now. She managed, she's never been married. She's a decent girl, and she still ended up with a man with a multiple failed marriage. You know, they're just tongue-lashing her, saying all sort of things. Why should she do that? Why should she do that? We don't know. Like we have said earlier, is it always the fault of the person argue that you have to be a bad person for your marriage to keep failing? Now, don't get me wrong, there are people like that, only know what they keep home. But most of the time, trust me, these people have nothing. They have absolutely no contribution to the failed marriage. So people like that, when you keep accusing them of the fact that shut up, except if you actually, even if you know, let that be their problem. It should not be for you. Now let me read comments. Lee of the said it is easier for a man than a woman. People will quickly give excuses for them that their wife is not a good woman, even though they are at fault. But for a woman, people will say, Oloma meji, blah blah blah. They do that. They do that a lot. Only, doesn't ló máa ń kọ́bọ̀ láti ibi tó ti ń bọ̀. They do that a lot. It is most likely that a married man, a previously married man with multiple children will probably find a single. Is most likely in the case of women, it is very rare. So I understand where you're coming from. Ayinla Alaga, thank you for joining us. Momelu Yemi says if they didn't call women, some women would come to them as long as they are not with their spouse. That one is true. It's so true. What Mommy Lee just said now, that even when the man is saying fair, yeah, woman, they will go. It's true. Once they see that you're single, they will come for you. But most likely women is the other way around. They won't come to that person. So what are we driving at tonight? What are we driving at tonight? We're driving at the fact that a woman, somebody having multiple failed relationships or multiple failed marriages, does not automatically make them a bad person. It does not automatically make them a red flag. In fact, should I shock you? From my own experience, I noticed that most people fair. It can help. Èyí tó kọ́kọ́ fẹ́ láàárọ̀ kùtùkùtù ọjọ́ ayé èyí tó kọ́kọ́ fẹ́ láàárọ̀ kùtùkùtù ọjọ́ ayé tó fẹ́ràn ẹ̀ dénúdénú tọ́rọ̀ wọn eléyìí gba iná ọmọ ẹ̀kọ́ ló bí fún yẹn ó bọ́ sí kẹta ìkẹta yìí náà tó ṣe the same thing níṣẹ́ wá dá wà pẹ̀lú ọmọ mẹ́ta. People are now saying ẹ̀rí ọmọ mẹ́ta bàbá mẹ́ta. We are now stigmatizing them. Why? If you want to say ọmọ mẹ́ta bàbá mẹ́ta, maybe that's somebody that you know that eléyìí ó mọ̀ ṣe ra mọ̀ kiri ni. But no, this is a very interesting topic that every one of us should listen and learn from. Oh, thank you so much. Omeli Yemi says, oh my show. Yes, Oshe. Somebody say, that's not good. It's not good. You know, we don't know other people's journey. We don't know other people's predicaments. We don't know, sometimes when I want to be by like that married because of infertility. So it's not because they did anything wrong. So imagine you saying to that kind of person, God have mercy on us. Let me somebody said, why is it that they show their true color later though? Well, it's with them. Take. People were saying 5 years, 3 years, courtship. That's another thing they're attacking this young girl about. They say, and those three truths in dating somebody or courtship that will determine if you like, go and research. Be careful with what I use on this show because we are online and actually nasty. There are some people like that. They are the architect of their own trouble. They are architect of their own wahala. There are some people like that. You know that. I'm gonna bring one leko. I'm gonna bring one ní ìforíbalẹ̀ fọkùnrin. Ọkùnrin mi wà kò lẹ́kọ̀ọ́. Ọkùnrin mi wà. Don't stigmatize me. Don't stigmatize me. And from a man. Yeah. Mommy Idelogun says, but the turnaround time sometimes matters. The man last marriage was last year. That was what we were told, but we kept on hearing all different kind of rumor. They can come wearing kind of women. And somebody said it's on perseverance that makes marriage work. Yes, ma'am. Some men or women don't know how to love. Yes, ma'am. Now, relationship and the one you're about to answer, accept or go into, does it really determine whether this one is going to work or not? Now, let's talk about that as we close tonight. Does the duration said the man has been married twice or 3 times and now you're married this man, you only dated him for 6 months, and also they're saying the previous marriage was just a year old. One year ago. Why? Now let's talk about that. Would that be an issue to determine whether or not this marriage is going to work? What happens? Marriage should be called reality. Now, let's talk about, somebody had previewed whether this one is going to work or not. Let's talk about Uncle Shami Fuao. Mama Day said, I think there should have been a pause, especially after two failed attempts. Okay, it could be, that could be of one of our well-known men of God in this country that his wife passed away. And there's just 6 months into I think 6 months or thereabouts, so less than a year, he proposed to another woman. And all hell was let loose. They wanted to stab him. In fact, people wanted to kill him. Oh, yeah. How come? Into the We all know our situations, we know what we are going through, we know people outsiders cannot really tell. We are the ones if you're the one in the shoe, you are the one that knows exactly where it hurts. You are the one that knows exactly how tight the shoe is. People can say whatever they want to say, but you are the one that knows. As long as you know that you're moving consciously, it's okay. Hey, Arias is it here. Thank you for joining us. Some people, they know the story. Somebody said he married another woman. Yes, I know. 6 months when his wife died. Anyway, so people, ladies and gentlemen, when it comes to this issue of people having challenges of, having failed marriage and establish, they've also been able to establish the fact that women are way more stigmatized. Blah, blah, blah. They do. We also been able to establish the fact that somebody having multiple failed relationships or multiple failed marriages does not make the person a red flag. It does not necessarily make the person a bad person. Examples of people that are really good, but unfortunately, they found themselves in these predicaments. Mommy and to uphold our homes. Ladies and gentlemen, as I always say, I was even going to do a balakinikinshe. I wasn't looking at the time. The time I look at the time is fast spent. I didn't remember that. I wasn't looking at my time. So, by the grace of God, next week we'll bring up the Abalakinikinshe. But the only thing we can do now, just as we round up, is to quickly mention, please, I want everybody online, just mention one thing that you can do to support people that find themselves in this predicament. How can we not make them feel horrible? Even, they didn't do anything, but it's not their fault. What can we do as a society, as a people, as friends, and what can we do to support them? I will start by saying we can pray. People that have been in this, I know people that are really depressed. Someone said encourage them, talk to them, calm them down. Yeah, pray for them, calm them down. Some of them already God forbid, some of them already feel like dying. So now going to stigmatize them and making them feel, please now, please. And somebody says, speak positively into their life. Thank you so much, man. Don't talk them down. Support them in your prayers. Lord, please, it's not good. Show them marriage that work. Tell them they will find sweet love again. Thank you so much, Akopitush. I really do appreciate it. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been an amazing and awesome evening. Buy data to watch this show. I really, really do appreciate you. See you next week by the grace of God. God bless you.